Whilst Africa might not be renowned for its boxing success over the years, the continent has produced some truly magnificent boxers on the quiet who have achieved significant accomplishments in the sport, as we will show you in this countdown of the top 10 African boxers of all time. Starting at number 10 is South African heavyweight Frans Botha. Botha went toe-to-toe with all the big-name heavyweights of his generation, most notably losing to Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, Vladimir Klitschko, and Evander Holyfield. Although Botha became the IBF World Heavyweight Champion in 1995, he was later stripped of his honor after testing positive for steroids. Nonetheless, with a total of 48 victories in his career, he is still seen as one of the greats in African boxing. At number 9 is Joshua Clottey. The Ghanaian has competed at the top level in the most difficult modern-day weight division as welterweight. Clottey has fought the likes of Manny Pacquiao, Miguel Cotto, and Zab Judah. And despite these men dominating the division along with Floyd Mayweather and other greats of the sport, Clottey was crowned as the IBF welterweight world champion in 2008. At 38 years of age, he continues to box and boasts an impressive record of 39 wins from 49 fights. Coming in at number 8 is another Ghanaian and former welterweight world champion, Ike Quartey. Quartey won the WBA welterweight title with an 11th round knockout against Cristana Espana of Venezuela. He went on to defend his belt an impressive 7 times and only lost it after personal reasons kept him out of the ring for several years, causing it to be stripped for inactivity. Welcome Ncita as our number 7, and he was yet another African world champion. In 1990, Ncita, known as the Hawk, claimed the IBF Super Bantamweight title, and with 6 successful defenses of his belt, he flew to the very peak of boxing. Ncita was not properly appreciated in his native South Africa until his career was over. But since his retirement, he has continued in boxing by bringing up even more African world champions as a trainer. 6th place goes to Cornelius Boza Edwards, the big-hitting Ugandan who amassed a total of 34 knockouts during his career. Edwards was one of the most powerful and exciting fighters of his time, particularly at the apex of his career where he held the WBC Junior Lightweight Championship. In 2014, Boza was inducted into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame where he received high praise from the 21st century pound-for-pound king, Floyd Mayweather Jr., a man who rarely compliments anyone other than himself. Edwards worked for Mayweather Promotions, and he was a valued member of Floyd's Jr.'s team for many years. Edwards' compatriot, John Mugabi, was also prevalent in the 1980s, and he comes in at number 5 on the list. Mugabi made an excellent start to his boxing career with a silver medal at the 1980 Moscow Olympics. He went on to taste even more success as a professional, with a 26-fight knockout win streak and the WBC light middleweight title being the 2 most impressive achievements to his name. The Ugandan deservingly earned the nickname The Beast and bettered Boza Edwards with a total of 39 knockouts from 50 fights. Mugabi also fought in the first ever televised boxing match on Showtime. At number 4 is Dick Tiger, who fought an astonishing 82 times. Tiger was a 2-weight world champion and was one of the key figures who kept boxing alive in the 1950s when the sport was experiencing a recession. The Nigerian began his career in England, but later became a favorite at Madison Square Gardens in New York. Tragically, he passed away at the age of 42 in 1971, but his legacy as a fearless and triumphant African boxer lives on. In 3rd is Robert Wangila, who properly ranks as the most unheard of African boxer on the list. In 1988, Wangila won a gold medal for Kenya at the Seoul Summer Olympic Games as a welterweight. To this day, he remains the only Kenyan to win an Olympic gold medal outside athletics, and the only African outside of South Africa to win a boxing gold medal. Wangila turned professional and was beginning to build a promising record. However, his career and life both came to a devastating end after Wangila died just 36 hours after suffering a loss to David Gonzalez, where he was badly beaten. Who knows what Wangila could have gone on to achieve for African boxing had the tragedy not occurred. Ghanaian boxer Azumah Nelson is widely regarded as the greatest African boxer of all time, but on the list he takes home the second place. 3 times during his famed and distinguished career, Nelson was a world champion. He overcame the loss of his wife and trainer in the 1990s, and finally hung up his gloves at the age of 50 in 2008, having won 39 bouts. The number 1 African boxer of all time goes to South African heavyweight Corrie Sanders. Sanders achieved what is viewed as one of the greatest upsets in boxing history when he defeated the seemingly undefeatable Vladimir Klitschko with a second-round knockout to get his hands on the WBO Heavyweight Championship of the world. On top of this astonishing win, Sanders also accumulated 42 wins from 46 fights in boxing. In 2012, Sanders was shockingly shot in an armed robbery at a restaurant in South Africa, where he was attending his nephew's 21st birthday. He will always be a true legend of African boxing. These are our top 10 African boxers. Did we miss any? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Oconee TV.